MKOI have very solid options. They have pretty good dive.
Yep.
In terms of their ability to get control around objectives, they have a lot of tools. You're kind of forced to walk away from the map.
Field. If you didn't catch the other side of it as well, Jojo did respond. Very renowned for his trash talk in NA. But you know what the funny thing I find about these two mid laners? I don't think that...
Looking for Razork, but yeah, Mickey's kind of been all over the place trying to protect his different lanes in what has been the extended lane swap.
Ignite down though, there's no ulti for Alvaro, and I think that cow has just become mince for first blood.
I was just about to say how Fnatic set their sights.
You've always got to be careful about Yoya's ults. They don't really have control of top side either. Razork's isolated.
Quick smite, maybe just to stop the all three, but a flash, twisted advance. Yoya finds Razork in his track. Nature's Grasp is down. Jojo's here, needs to lay down more damage than that, but the ulti has to turn into a flash. Razork flashes in response. Q's out and he's out. Jojo's committed hard for this, and meanwhile Super's getting busted in the pit. He flashes over the wall. The equalizer goes to where? Alvaro flashes there, and meanwhile, upset beware! Fnatic are running down Koi. It's Manwin who's taking up to deal with him, but Oscar is putting the flame up. Who wants pork belly for dinner? I think it's Fnatic. They've already cooked one. They'll cook another person alive. And 4 kills in the blink of an eye.
It's a messy fight, but somehow Fnatic managed to come out on top. Really has to go against Mirren. He just clears the waves. And then in a team fight, just wants to ult whatever target Razork picks out. So in the grand scheme of things, he can still do his job. So it's on MKOI now to try and disrupt how Fnatic are entering into these objectives.
Everyone's trying to set this up and all out into the Nature's Grasp in the first time on Maokai. You're not disappointed with Elyoya's position. Mirwin with the shutdown. And you said, you know, 10 minutes quite silently looking at these lane swaps. Now we're looking at Bros punching
Fnatic Death Rush.
And it's what Jojo's going to run into. Vedius said it. And now you've seen it. Razork with the kill, teleport in the middle as well. Alvaro's involved, but Mirwin has to get out of there immediately. But that opens up top, guys. Oscar Rendon's just going to get a free turret here, and without low, it...
Continue to chase forward. Mirren has support, and Elyoya is on the way.
Razork was trying to fear the ultimate Shattering Strike crash away. Yet it's still down. Elyoya, you're going to run into Razork, okay. Vault Breaker into the tree, but he's not going to leave. Instead, he brings Super in as well. Vault Breaker gives a bit of a shield. Ulti out. Razork, the criminal, he's away with it. Bandits run. As Koi trying to get into this choke, but I don't think it's too good. Fnatic burning the Midnight Oil as Alvaro flashes away, somehow makes it away. But Upset joined in just to get the kill. He's going to be all out, but look at Koi. They don't want to join back in, but Mirwin will do it himself. He flips, he smacks, and yes, Mirwin can. While you look at the top lane, Oscar Rendon and Jojo are once again fighting now, but this time, Jojo has it.
And Koi just scrapped back. That is 4 kills across the map as Jojo
set up 2 dragons, so it is nice that Koi can stop the stacking here, but when you think about the only turret of an outer that's actually mid, as Oscar and I have to pause, Mirwin is looking for a kill, and this is a 2-item Cassante. I guarantee you he wins this, ladies and gentlemen. Rock and roll! Mirwin, an auto, he might actually die! No, it's Cassante. Humanoid fixes that though, and it is a shutdown to a carry this time of Fnatic.
I mean, Mirwin is just starting to run away with the side lanes, and crucially, Jojo is going to continue to scale. Remember, that's very crucial. He's
on a ward, he's Vault Breaking, and Alvaro might just be caught out here. He pops the ulti nice and early, but again, Upset is a 2-item carry himself, so kill goes over, Upset with number 4, and Fnatic
want to drop that in the mid lane. Jojo has only just now gone back to base. He has to go and deal with the bot wave, which means the 3 members of Koi staying mid.
But the ult comes through from the MKOI. They want to try and keep him locked up. Will end up getting it. I think the tower should fall if Upset can get into range.
But Elyoya's got Leandri's first. That guy's not tanky at all. He twisted, advances in, but he's just dead in an instant. There's no tank stats there outside of the Tarbies.
Available for Humanoid. I think this is an uncontested Arakan.
Razork's so far away.
It's the Hex Text though. Razork can get in.
You're right, but Nature's Grasp zones him out. Now Alvaro just bops him, so free Arakan. While they position for bot. It's Fnatic's trade in the end that is gold for the Arakan given over.
It's a nice cross. They've just bullied Fnatic out of the river, and now it's theirs. That it's a Koi to start off the dragon.
All the information's right there in front of them. True Shot Barrage misses, which is good, but again, Hextech Drake chains its lightning. Alvaro pops the ulti out again, the equalizer in front. Alvaro has to flash in, but he's gonna die with the Arakan buff. Super channeling down Razork while the rest of the fight goes on, and Jojo finds some good marks, but Humanoid has to get out because Mirwin's on his face. The flip outside doesn't work out, but Razork is down. Supercharged him. Humanoid still getting chased. Cassante, 1,000,001 dashes. Did it way before Ambessa, as Upset might get a kill there.
Alvaro has been used. There's still everything else on the side of Koi, and they're going to start this one off. Upset, he's going to cancel his base.
It's poke feels like everything as well. Alvaro has no ulti, so he's going to be squishy here. Everyone watching at home, look at the Baron health bar and 5k with the Nature's Grab. It's going to be a turn instead to flip back it again, and Jojo landing his ulti today. Mirwin disintegrates Mickey, pops into his ult, runs into the team. He might die, but he's done his job. As Super starts running the front to back again. Fnatic cannot withstand.
The core damage dealer of Fnatic was ripped out of that fight by Movistar. KOI upset falls. KOI win the fight, and it's going to be the Baron to boot as well.
The turn from KOI is just so strong. We've seen it back to back now, Mickey. Hit W from the Kai'Sa.
With the Baron in tow.
And with this position, it just becomes so difficult for Fnatic to execute on what their comp wants to do. It's that backline assassination with the Rumble ult, with the Ezreal ult, with Vi leading the charge, but how do you do it here?
Nature's Grass so good at pushing teams off the turrets. Fnatic safe for now with the equalizer down, but the turret is just gone. Mirwin gets a flip yet again, but no pushback. He withstands the damage so easily as Mickey stuns him up, but again, they need more than that. Vault Breaker Mirwin won't sustain if he runs into everyone, and now Jojo's ulting thin air. A double shutdown. The fish learned how to swim and then just sunk.
KOI overstepped their boundaries. That was way too aggressive.
145 to a Baron.
Fnatic overstacking on the bot side of the map as Dagda said they're looking for the fight.
Again, thinking about it, Razork is just going to pop the ulti. That's the engine of KOI picked up and burnt alive. Upset finds the first kill onto the jungler as Jojo goes over the wall. He finds an ulti onto Mickey, but it's not enough. Super runs into melee range and Mickey thinks, can I get an engage? Alvaro poked out, Upset going forward. You can't call him a KDA player when he wants them all to die. Fnatic run through the choke. Mirwin thinks otherwise. He got...
The problem with Oscar in grouping as regularly as he is that you don't create pressure to separate the Cassante. Now Elyoya in a fantastic spot for potential Maokai ultimates.
Hasn't been spotted out at all. All it takes is a Nature's Grass. His first Maokai we see in competitive, and I don't think it'll be the last, at least in this split. Nature's Grass rounds up Razork immediately. The equalizer down is good. It's a mosh pit. It's a big pit. It's a magnetic pit because Mickey brought them all together. For Oscar in to burn them down. Mirwin, the star player, kept them in line while the rest of the team dove to die. A shutdown in the end, and KOI have cleaned orbit for
the engage sights on the inhibitor towers.
Bigger health bar definitely helping out Movistar KOI in this one, and now they're just going to run down this mid lane. Timers are not in favor of Fnatic.
Yeah, they're really not. 20 seconds for Razork. I mean, they're pushing to end here. Low health bar for Mirwin as well. 15 seconds is the count on jungler. Upsetting 15 now from there as well. Mickey at the buy time. He crashes down, but the minion wave is still there. Healthily enough. He's getting some good damage down, and Mirwin does die thanks to the turret. Mickey's still trying to play the waiting game. A root back. Both turrets gone, and Jojo's on the Nexus. Razork ulti's up, but it's going to be in Jojo. Jojo's trying to get around. He's still autoing down, but now for the fight, he's dead. Half health on the Nexus. KOI almost had it.
Mickey somehow gets the kill out to Mirwin, and that might just said, wait, Razork, he missed him. Get the push. No! He's the one.
But the Baron is up, and the best thing about all of this is in the all chat they wrote LOL chokers, and after they lost, Mickey hits them back with the LOL, and now Fnatic gets the Baron.
But this is the thing, it's Baron going to be taken, but you're still got multiple death timers on towards Movistar KOI. Its soul is up and available. Movistar KOI are rushing towards it, but they can't take it. It's supporting the jungle and the dream, and it's turning into a nightmare for Movistar KOI.
Who's joking who? Vedius, what is that? UPS, the package service. Ups.
This time, they're not getting the vision control they need. They're not getting the waves pushed out. So it has to be another monumental team fight as Mickey goes.
Full engage. It's good. It's on to Mirwin, and again, he's not as tanky as he first thought. Oscar in takes in Jojo. 4 versus 5, and Jojo goes all in. But he also is taken down an extra peg. 3 versus 5. 55-second death timers.
He used the E, which meant that there was no place left for him to go back to other than the waiting arms of Fnatic. Fnatic now with a member's advantage. They set their sights on the Nexus.
They tried desperately to carry this game through Mirwin, through their team comp, but Fnatic, they just find their pick and they're going to end.
And Jojo's pinging their flashes right now as 3 versus 5 never looks so alive.
There's the combo!
KOI is there, and then suddenly they're not. They were halfway through the Nexus. Then Fnatic bounce back just like they always do.
The all chat is rampant as Fnatic punish the overstep. A greedy attempt to end from KOI resulted in Fnatic turning game 1 around.
I am shocked.
That was ridiculous.
That is Fnatic could come out on top of that one, but yeah, just some of these team fights coming out great for them.
It feels like Vedius versus Fnatic in game one. It was just heightened a little bit here in our top 4 match.
Like they swapped the other side, but that's a Gwen for Hsyterics, so this is definitely a composition that just wants to try and run you down, and it's going to be on Mickey to provide that point.
Unbeatable she'll be, especially if she gets time in the sun. Meanwhile, Alvaro, Dredgeline's going to pull him in. Razork's here, level 4. Wind becomes lightning, and this Leona's tanky enough, though. Alvaro flashes away, but it's Matt. Razork might be first meat, first blood, first dead, as Mickey is now amongst 3. A Permafrost almost in range, but Mickey's Shield of Daybreak and melee support is freshly done as Super gets his 2nd kill. Big play for Koi in the early game.
The wind becomes lightning.
With an 8 flat damage reduction. Just a reason why he survived and why early game for Koi is going so well. They're going to do it again. Watch it with an eclipse in his eyes. Alvaro, not the target this time, but Super spaces them out. They keep doing this. Fnatic are like, I see them. I must kill them. But no. Koi are going to chase them down. Razork lucky to get out of that one. But 4 kills early, and Fnatic just did the same bad play again.
Yeah, it's the same problem. I mean, 1, LEC's been doing a fantastic job of tracking where Razork is to be in a position to follow up on this. But 2, this Leona is always going to beat out the Nautilus. The way you play this matchup is you end up playing defensive as Nautilus. You hook the Leona out of her Zenith Blade so then you can play the fight, but now you're 2 levels down as Mickey and trying to hard force into topside with Elyoya here again.
There's 4 here under turret with Call the Forge got available as well, and a Permafrost only lacking 1 auto. Mickey gets in the way, that's nice, but he might die for it. A searing charge and a death to remember. Flush from Mirwin is brilliant. Upset had his number and Alvaro's too as they get out of dodge. Trying to run up is Humanoid. He's got a mana bar to do so. Mirwin in the trudges as well. Humanoid finds his target onto Alvaro. He tanks it up. Zenith Blade in. He might just have to die, so Super survives, but a sizing shove all the way back. Barrier in tow. Upset will find him with an auto. 2 kills for Fnatic. They fight back.
Fnatic finally get...
They're still fishing here.
Don't fight here at the least. Mickey, be careful of that brush. It's hurt them twice, and Razork knows so. Dredgeline in. Again, the exact same spot. Alvaro turns it. He's got a solar flare onto Mickey again. Fnatic gets shoved away. That's Jojo disengaging as Razork can't do anything, and Super gets the reset. Syphon flushed away from his upset, tries to carry the fight on the back end. Super chases him down while Skritten starts sending out the needles. Snippy time. Humanoid sends some rocks as well. It's all about projectiles and the environment. But as we get away from global warming, we see Humanoid run over by a damn train. Cole versus the planet, and it looks like it's a whole mess of action.
It ends up being a 1.
It just takes it with him as you said, Mickey is the engaged. Jojo has his ulti available. Dredgeline misses though, depth charge instead. The hard command. They're looking for the true damage. Ulti comes out and Jojo disengages. He's alive for another day. For the old people in chat, I guess, is Humanoid. Oh, he almost Super just sidesteps at Solar Flare, saved by his support. Alvaro doing a good job of protecting the president. Koya running away, but Razork jumps in. Arctic Assault and a Permafrost will keep him in place. Mirwin looking for a route as well, and Chains of Corruption flies out. A Cycling Shove again, but now Call of the damn train lines up, and through the passageway, Fnatic get bopped around. Ignite takes Mickey down. And Koi, the resilience in their fight, the constant engage, it never ends. I don't know what the Squid champions are.
I think it's Lulu's in the pool parties.
Okay, all right. Thank you for that one. As Mickey's engaged on again. Alvaro takes this. Dredgeline hits back, though. It's a beautiful one. And from Mickey might have set it up. The burst coming in, and Jojo's about to die. But Humanoid in the end.
He's alive.
He gets burned down, and Jojo survives. Alvaro's the new target. Dredgeline misses as Oski now comes in, ready to sending the needles out. It's injection time. Jojo, have you had your shots? Oscar chasing him. His ghost is down, but as Jojo uses his fleet to gain some ground, he is now out. But Mirwin, unfortunately, the next stop is not here. It's far, far away, and Fnatic will just take him with ease and eventually give over the kill to one of these carries. Shut down over to us.
Look at Fnatic set up. They're coming in from multiple different angles. MKOI can't really find one way into the pit because Mickey's constantly threatening the back line. They need to hard force through, but this is their moment.
Upset's damage is hurting Alvaro. One of their engagements almost kicked down. The wall is down, and Humanoid separates Oscar in, and he might have to charge through while Jojo one-man ulties. Oscar in is isolated, and he'll be taken first. Dragon now the thought for Koi. They're on top of it. Fnatic are bringing in the cavalry. Seismic shove away, and Jojo cannot stay. 2K the steal. No, at 5. Razork has stayed alive, and now Elyoya is just going to follow suit. Shutdown after shutdown. Fnatic after Fnatic. They keep getting more.
This is how Fnatic want to set up
The opposite.
But again, we're seeing nobody on the mid wave from Movistar KOI. So now you have Humanoid set up to clear the wave and threaten.
And that wall as well that Jojo can't get around. Super flashes away immediately. Call the Forge God is good, but Super just needs one simple reset. Mickey won't give it to him until the rocket comes in. And now the range at play. Elgoya found a beautiful pick onto Razork, and away he goes. Super with the shutdown. Getting excited while Mirwin is zone controlling. Upset just needs to poke. The Dragon going down ever so slowly, and Oscar running in without his ulti. He's ready to snap onto Super. The damage is unreal. He rips, he shreds, and Movistar KOI are going to bed.
Oscarinin changing the landscape of this fight. It looked like such a good front.
Rather than saving the back line, and now he's vulnerable as well. Misplays and misdecision making from Movistar KOI come back to bite them.
And now it bites him in front of the Baron as well. Humanoid, like I said, doing due diligence with his seismic shove, and now a depth charges KOI. Kane here to soft contest. This time one doesn't hit from Humanoid, but Fnatic on the chase here. They've got a Mountain Soul, they cannot. And Upset's damage is going to rip and continue to do exactly what Oscar did before. The needlework zones him out. A shove once more. Call of the Forge God from Mirwin will both deck. And Fnatic are gonna look to set us up for match point. Maybe KOI are the ones who should be fishy because they can just walk up under this turret, 4 members strong. You look at mid, and once again the needlework's gonna fly out. Oscar is huge, and Upset as he walks forward might do the same thing. Who's gonna die first? It's a game of catch and ball, but KOI must have forgotten how to catch it. In the end, Oscarinin almost taking down Jojo, opens up mid. The pick on bot opens up bot. And Fnatic with 10.5k want to end it right here.
It's not really catch and play if you're just looking for home run after home run from Oscarinin. The hook onto the Sejuani.
I wonder who lost the bat in the process. Call the Forge God is deflective at this point, but again, Atakanbub is still there, and Elgoya gets snapped in half. Elgoya and his mid laner are now down. Movistar KOI, they might have had the early game, they might have had a semblance of power, but Fnatic, if there's a will, there's them. Match point in the lower bracket. This team always finds a way to survive.
The GGs come through as Fnatic put themselves on match point. 21 kills to 13. A horrendous early game from Fnatic is once again turned around, and they find an avenue for victory.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, behind stage, we have free lane.
I really like this draft from Fnatic.
Same.
I think that it gives you a lot of power early game. You win out on the mid jungle 2 versus 2.
I think Sion just struggles because he can't really charm or land his Q because he gets fear or
Humanoid,
silence and then Nocturne.
Maybe it's more exciting for you guys as well. We talk about top laners and we brew action in mid. Great flash charm from Jojo, but they need to get the priority damage, and Alvaro does, opens the door.
as we expected. We know why KOI wanted to avoid this matchup, and it's because of this, but Jarvan's on his way here.
Yeah, Mickey might be in a bit of trouble. He used his flash before, doesn't have it to avail, and he's just stunned down, will not get bailed out. Upset now the new target. A good bailout in the end, or rather, handshake that bails Upset out. But KOI are on the board early. KOI haven't been able to find those mid-game fights. Fnatic have outplayed them and outfingered them a bit as we've got a bit of a gank set up here. Teleport coming in, and that's Humanoid. He might be pretty weak here without an item, so we'll see how long Mirwin can sustain as Razork's also coming down to help out. Feast is going to make it a little bit easier though, and Oscar doesn't have it available, so it might not matter. He flashes towards his team, Alvaro's there, and again, that Sion is hard to kill. Fnatic walk in, now set up the Between Worlds, but where's the damage? They have none of it. A rend, a kill, and a feat of warfare. Oscarinin running for the hills because KOI are just stronger at this point with a second kill over to Super.
Fnatic had a ton of vision inside, but they went for the tank. Mira's able to survive for way too long. And at that stage, the rest of Movistar KOI show up. And Mickey needs to be careful. But the Dragon will be going to... Yeah, it's better than MKOI or whatever it was, right? Yeah, so.
Well, Mickey stepping up. He still has the ulti available and a heal. He's trying to bait it out. Jojo Pune, though, without an ulti, still gets the charm onto the choke. Oscarinin tries to rupture up, but he's stunned up instead. A Rend will just seal his fate, but there's not enough damage there either. He walks away. Yes, we do.
Game 1, I think their team fighting was really good. They executed their comp really well.
It's cheeky.
I mean, here comes Jojo
he's
from
got
the river.
Blade, by the way, so Oscarin's going to be slowed, and this time the Rend will really do some damage. Malignance helps out as well. Jojo gets the orb, and Super gets the kill. Number 3 must be feeling pretty good about this one, but also, I imagine, quite nervous as well. Mid turret still standing there as Upset might be tagged up. Good charm as well. All in. Elgoya doesn't pop the ulti, though. Upset's close to dying, and he will fall. Super helped out by Jojo, is that turret about to die? A hostile takeover, that's great, but again, the Brom, he's had his wall up. Razork can't do a thing, and it's still a gold play.
There's a TP in behind them, though. They want to keep pushing this.
Jojo has moments of his ultimate up and available. The charm misses, though, and Humanoid gets out of there. Flag and drag away. No, Fnatic are finding an angle, and KOI need to find a better one on the Humanoid. They see Razork is in the kick away, so Super survive. It's still Mad KOI's game to lose, and they're going to win it with every part of their might. A decimating smash of Super now looks for his ankle to come in, and with all that CC, an easy another kill. They are not throwing this one away.
Movistar KOI
Damage Draven on our screens. So Upset has not played the game at all. And it is just incredible to see as Razork now looks for an angle. Teleport's going to be burned. That's KOI moving towards mid, and Mirwin just teleported in front of two people. Oscar in as well, looking for the flank while Elyoya, a flag and drag, sets him in, and Oscar just doesn't want to be here anymore. The reverse Scion sends him down and interrupt with the Dragon's kick, but Razork is just steamrolled by Super. Yes, they will not be throwing a single thing. In fact, Fnatic can't get a single thing in this game.
Fnatic look desperate. They're playing like their composition has twice the...
It's because Atakan's down bot and being started by Super.
The stacks already starting to stack up. Fnatic trying to gain entry, but Mirwin is going to stand strong.
Really nice stuff. The unstopped onslaught at melee range. It tears Fnatic a new one. And KOI have dropped no margin in this game. They'll take the Atakan off the back of the fight, and Fnatic are looking clueless in this game. Game one, game two, it was messy, but they found a road back in. But KOI have built this wall in front of them for this third game, brick by brick. It's standing strong.
Movistar KOI have figured out the mid game. They have figured out Fnatic in game number 4, and they want to make sure that they can push us all the way.
I feel you, Dagda, because at this point, Fnatic are just running back 14-0. This third game gives hope. It gives inspiration to the KOI fans. This will not be a flash in the pan. This will not be a disappointing 3-0. The start of the reverse sweep won't begin now, but the inhibitor down 13,500 gold. No Cagel's 20k.
Comfortable in this composition. And we haven't really seen them go the distance when it comes towards Fearless.
Jojo might be caught out here, but nah, just forget about it. I mean, even with the ult from Upset, it doesn't matter. That Kalista has 3 items. This put in the list of 2 harders. Mid's going to open up as well. And KOI striving for the success of this game. 15-0. Will anyone die with Atakan? There ain't going to be a point on that board until it happens twice over. Humanoid jumps away. Jojo is looking for the sick charm. He might miss that, but Humanoid has to go back to the fountain. He's at half HP as minions start running in.
Fnatic will hold.
The fact that in this game 3 it's such a stop puts a lot of hope that the series goes on a little bit longer.
I don't think there's enough objectives left after Baron.
Upset has done less damage than Mickey on
again, I really want to emphasize that KOI did an incredible job of just avoiding any plays around Upset in the other game.
And Fnatic did a great job of fighting when Upset wasn't there.
That's also very true.
Helped, yes.
Yes. I mean, it was just, it's a situation where throughout this game, KOI's lane assignments were just always perfect. They already demonstrated it in game 2 and they got their lead. Dagda was running us through it. But here again in game 3, they've just done a really good job of controlling the early game, and now with the Baron, with a near 14k gold lead. Oh, will this be the kill?
I mean, that's some damage. It might have doubled his stats just in those 3 autos. But meanwhile, Mad ending the game. Excuse me, KOI. They'll run into the turrets, but the engages there. Razork with a brilliant kick in their base. Super's got to flash away. The hostile takeover will just reach him in the end as well. Onto Alvaro. He's dead. Dead 13,500 gold down. Surely not. Fnatic defending well. It's only 1 kill for now as Mirwin's a new target, but a charm up and a decimating smash. Oscar almost bitten off too much.
Upset desperate. He needs that cash in, but he's just not going to be given it. Humanoid ends up sniping the kill in the back line. It's a silver lining on a still.
Wiki. It's a small pick. Upset's going to be able to do a little bit more damage here, but when I say damage, let's look at the health bar closely. Jojo goes over the wall. Humanoid's caught out. Razork with a kick, though, onto Jojo. He has the Spirit Rush away, but Razork's then caught out. Okay, we're back to square one. KOI run into the base, and Elyoya happy to take this up. Never mind, it was a flash in the pan, however small, with the triple over to Super. KOI are going to keep the series running like a well-oiled machine. It never stops at the station. It just keeps going. It's going to pick up more fans, more people, more hype. The start of the reverse sweep is there. Only the beginning of old chat, I'm sure. And KOI Movistar match 4 versus Fnatic.
Aljoya in the chat. Marek, it's coming. Movistar KOI are feeling the reverse sweep in their eyes.
I really feel like this hypes you up for League of Legends. Where is my perfect slot to tell you that tickets for the first week of LEC Spring Playoffs will be available at EMEAtickets.lolesports.com on Tuesday the 4th of March at 6 p.m. CET. Sales for additional LEC weeks will be added Tuesday starting from the 11th of March, also at the same time. If you got all
level of damage and wave clear, so Syndra can really punish these things. However, Syndra herself, especially without flash, is susceptible to the amount of dive, and we've actually seen this before. He's hovering. It's just such a horrible state for Oscar to be in, and he knows that he is just bleeding farm.
However, Jojo just lost his flash and he's been caught out. Scatter the Weak there, and Impale and an Unleashed Power just waiting on his head. He won't leave here alive. Realm Warp for Nord and First Blood for
Very dead Jace in the top lane. Screen not in a good shape at all in the top side.
Kind of a reverse of what we've seen so far in the series, right? And Fnatic always playing for these bot lane dragons. KOI always getting
Zinzao or Lulu and an auto-attacking jungler, but you just don't have that threat really, which is why Mickey with push has been able to at least lend a little bit of help here in mid.
And here he is again, right? And Jojo might be dead because the orbs are down, the ult is unleashed. And Humanoid, it looks easy here. The longer this lane goes, looking for the turn. He's got Curse of the Sad Mummy available, and he's going to make someone surprise party indeed. All it takes is an engage as Razork looks to go in first. Bandage Shots doesn't connect though, and they turn back for the Grubs. Now on the TP, KOI want to go in, and Mirwin starts it off. There it is. It's a sad, sad party. A Wild Growth set up as KOI just haven't done the finishing damage though, and here comes Zeri. Upset is rolling the fight, and although it looks great, it looked like a perfect engage. A Realm Warp has to leave. They didn't even bring the wine, but they're running out the front door before it ends.
I think it was the stun from Humanoid that just completely shut down that follow-up. Razzle, oh!
Is it no ulti here, but Oscarin might be in trouble. However, it's Upset who's still sticking around. Mirwin thought he could find it onto Oscarin in the trade, not there yet. Flash! He misses it on Mickey! The blast going! Gets it anyway! That was egregious, but it is a shutdown for Upset. Right now for Fnatic is making sure that KOI feels scared to go in.
And they do. Super.
Super.
This is not where you're supposed to be.
No, he's not. He just ran into Fog of War and into the enemy, into an Impale as well. Super duper yippity-doo. What happened in the end to you? Aljoya as well.
The ability to play 1-3-1 is going to get harder the longer this game goes.
Yep.
So I will say that the responsibility is on Fnatic in this match to just get control over the map because of the pressure they can exert in the lanes.
That little tip of the point, exactly what you're talking about. The wave clip from Super already there as mid-wave might not be the biggest of their concerns. Super's on the hunt already. Razork flashes in. Curse of the Sad Mummy used defensively. His Upset gets the half HP. Impale is spell shielded. Jojo Pyong comes in and Razork's tool is down. Upset is down in the second if he stays in the fight, but Aljoya has to be Wild Growth. He's running for his life, but if he's tethered, he'll die. And he saves a play, but he cannot save his own life.
KOI end up being caught in the river. They turn it into a fight without Mirwin. He's such a crucial piece of their damage in the early game. Aljoya ends up connecting three of his bandage tosses. And just, there's very little follow-up from KOI.
Away from Mirwin, because when he finishes the second item, he has one-shot potential onto Upset. He has one-shot potential onto Humanoid. But if he's never able to play the game like Upset was in the Draven, you don't have to worry about it.
If they can open up mid here, it feels like the Atacon trade for the Dragon might be okay for a comp that wants to just keep buying time. Super's going to take up the turret, but eventually it drops down. Mid is now open for the side lanes, more importantly. Bot turret as well. Atacon is tanks up a little bit as well.
Keep your eyes on the bot lane because the TP is going to come through in his Jace.
Okay, Humanoid is on vision, so they know he's coming in. Mirwin just trying to get out of there. Wait for the hook shot, walk shot, while the rest of KOI look for the turn themselves, but Razork just does it first. Jojo now coming in from an angle while Super uses in the Fog of War this choke to start bouncing the blades. These are good picks while Mirwin dies bot, yes, but 2 kills equals 400 gold over to KOI for the price of 1.
Help you to a certain extent, but at the end of the day, the hand's the most important part.
Jojo.
And speaking of,
can't get caught out here. Oscar's over the wall. Jojo, come on, not again. Scatter the Weak is there, and he's rammed against the wall. Big mistake. The Fnatic have just taken down one of the biggest parts and one of the most important parts as they head towards Baron and stuff.
Bit massive take, although third Hextech Dragon going over to Movistar Koi is nothing to sniff at, but you can try and get value from this as Fnatic, as Humanoid going to look for Mirwin. He's going to have company coming in on the top side as well. Mirwin turns.
He's just got to go in. Maybe just has to hold. He's waiting. Poke dodged away from heal there. Scatter the weak though, and Humanoid's just out of range. Unleashes power, but still not dead yet. Mirwin's trying to buy as much time as possible. Hookshot, walk shot goes back in. Mirwin ultis onto Humanoid amongst everyone. So close. Humanoid doesn't burn a thing. He stands his ground and he stands proud. They're not trying to make those 4 grubs work as well for Jojo in the side lane, but Humanoid, yeah, will make it 2 indeed, as last of the minions cancelled out in mid. Fnatic group up as 5 and uses Baron buff to push in, and Jojo now needs to retreat and come back because this will be an inhibitor turret for sure. And who knows what happens with mid as well as Upset moves over.
This is huge for Fnatic though. They struggle against the wave clear, as Vedi said, but Baron is making the difference here, and that's 2 towers now gone.
Step up to the minion wave. Elyoya is battered. Center wave. Razork is in the base by himself. In super goes, but he's wild growth to kite back, but Oscar can't find him. Good kite, good shutdown as Upset now as well. Battered by the ulti, the Camille. Mirwin joins in. They've still got fight left in them. Flash roar from Jojo. Razork has to match it as well. Mickey running for his life, and they went a bit too far. Man,
Those fast tower sieges.
Here we go, the ult from Mirwin.
Wants to engage. Mirwin not going to find Oscar in a good spacing as per usual, just like this game. Oscar on the J's going to poke out, and he means a bit of business now as well. He's going to chase this up and onto Mirwin. Gets the Hsyterics gauge shield. That's big before a 5v5 as we speak of it, and Fnatic are turning the play. On bot, they've found Upset with an ulti firing into Elyoya, and Elyoya's ulti doesn't hit. The knockback is big, and Upset, the new addition of Fnatic, is rolling over their reverse sweep chances. He cleans them, he shocks them, and Fnatic just play the map better. Jojo, where do you think you're going? Back to NA!
Movistar Koi tried to make the play in the side lane, but Fnatic read it in the 3v3. Fnatic beat them, and now as they march towards the Nexus, Fnatic might just win it.
This was what we were waiting for. Fnatic to wake up a bit, and in this game it seemed topsy-turvy, but the Lion has roared its last, it looks like, in the lower bracket. Top 4 silences. Mirwin was a big hope in the side lane, but silenced as well. Fnatic at us in the first half, but they always find a way back in. Resilience is rewarded, and Fnatic will get a chance to make another finals, locking in their face-off against the Blue World tomorrow.
The GGs come through as Upset steps up massively in that final fight. A huge team fight win. And Oscar with a crazy level of confidence after being bullied by Mirwin consistently in the side lane. He was able to sidestep the stun, he was able to chip away his HP, but he even forced his flash out at the end there. Fnatic, they do end